I absolutely hate the gym. I also never have enough time in the morning to have breakfast, so I always catch myself getting one of these. This is what they call a hotdog. You can pick this up at like any like convenience store with like a hot food, I don't know, thing container. Basically, it's stuck, which is rice cake, and inside the rice cake is sausage. You can find these with like chicken bar and an assortment of other hot and ready foods. I mean, it's got protein, it's got carbs, probably not a lot of vitamins, but it's like $2. My way to meet possibly a special guest, but I'm running late. Oh god, why is this place so complicated? So there's no crosswalk, but there's this weird tunnel thing, and there's no signs. What the
But he doesn't have an arm.
Alright, well that was really cool. Thank you, Sam. I had a really good time showing him around. Probably might be collaborating. Maybe you can see it more in the future. I don't want to share too much about what he's doing, but I think he has some really cool up and coming stuff coming out, so you guys should definitely check him out. What's up, Luby? How you doing? I'm leaving tomorrow. The semester just basically ended, so a lot of people that are studying abroad that are just studying for one semester, they're actually leaving like around this time. I think for the theme and the message of the video, I am gonna have to exposit some information. And I'm telling all of you guys this just so you know where I'm coming from and what I mean when I say the things that I do. Right now, I'm living in a dormitory at Hongik University. I've had an interesting time dorming here. What up, Ollie? This is so sad. I just saw so many people moving out today.
Yeah, I bring this now to the post station because I buy too much stuff in Korea.
Oh no. I should also mention that I'll be studying abroad for a full like academic year. So I'm gonna be here for another 6 months. You know, right now and until Friday, which is about in like 2 days, I'm still gonna be dorming, and I just wanted to share what I know about dorming, what I wish I knew about dorming. I'm not gonna be dorming for the next semester. For the next semester, I'm getting an apartment. I'm gonna be out of here. It's gonna be not too far, but not in the Hongdae area by any means. This video it could be very helpful to people who are just trying to study abroad in Korea in general and are looking for housing. I'm gonna be talking about the pros and the cons of dorming. I'll start off with the cons. The thing is, this isn't the case with all dormitories, but this particular one, and a lot of other actually like Korean dormitories, they're very strict. They have a lot of rules. I think across the board, this is like just dorming in general, but they don't really allow opposite sex visitations of any kind. You can get in a lot of trouble if they catch you bringing someone in. There is a curfew. Well, I don't know if curfew is the right word. Basically, they close the dorm at midnight. They lock the doors and you can't get into the dorm at all. It's kind of stressful. And the thing is, they lock the doors in the way where if you're inside the dorm, you cannot exit. They basically lock you in, and it's I don't know. I think that's kind of like a crappy aspect of it. It might change in the future, but as of now, that's the way it is. And I feel like other universities also have that rule as well. I kind of found out through talking to people that the more like prestigious a university is, sometimes they don't have curfews. Some of my friends that go to Yonsei University that are studying abroad there, they don't have curfews. Their dorm doesn't close, but it's still like they're pretty strict about it. Now I might be thinking, all right, well, if they're gonna close the door, if they're gonna lock us in, if they're gonna close the dorm, what do you do for if you're hungry? On the basement too, I have a vending machine. I also have this. Gin, cinnamon. This is basically the only option if you don't have any food in your dorm and it's after midnight. Ramen, vending machine, a drink machine. Dip. That's it though. In all honesty, in my experience, I think that it just kind of sucks. It's very uncomfortable all the way through, especially because all these restaurants and all these food places, they're open so late, but you can't take advantage of that because you're in the dorm. Even if you get stuff delivered to you, you can't go outside to pay the delivery man or whatever. And basically, once it hits midnight and once you're in the dorm, you have to be in there until they lock you in until 5 a.m. I think. And so that means that if you do decide to stay out of the dorm, you can't go back in until 5 a.m. That was very restricting to me, and I don't know, I didn't enjoy it at all. My message is, if you have another option, I would recommend not dorming. I'm dorming at Hongik University at the second dorm. The whole thing is a high-rise. I think there's 24 floors in total, which is ridiculous. They have like 8 elevators throughout the entire thing. There's a lot of people living in here. They separate it by genders. So it's like they have a guy's side of the building and then a girl's side of the building. You need like, actually, the dorm key cards they look like this. I'm not gonna show my number. And this key card is basically your key for a bunch of other things that I'll talk about later. The main important thing is you need this to swipe yourself in to get past the gates to get into the door. You need this to call the elevator, which is, in my opinion, a little ridiculous, but... And then you need this to open your room. And you also, after you open your room, you can't just put this back in your wallet. You need to put the key card into a machine that gives your room access to internet, I think the heater, just like electricity in general, so like lights, bathroom lights, and like the outlets. This is a pretty important card. This controls everything, and you know, you have to really take care of this card. Comparing and contrasting this to the dorm that I stayed in the US, for sure it was a bit jankier than this one. There was a lot less space. There's a surprising amount of space in this one, and I would say it's probably the biggest dorm room that I've ever been to, for a type of dorm that's not a suite style. Everything here is really nice quality. The elevators are really fast, doors open pretty fast. 24? That's insane. The elevator is pretty big. The beds are okay. They're not amazingly comfortable. They're pretty hard. I mean, if you're into firm mattresses, this is perfect. It's not the worst mattress I've gotten. I swear, the entire time I've been here, I was not able to find one like grocery store. Almost everything, all the businesses here are to attract like tourists. And this connects to a bunch of other things, but I'm gonna leave that there. And I'm just gonna say, for food wise, this wasn't the most comfortable place for me because I prefer cooking for myself. I'm more of a type of person to occasionally go out. But if you're in this area, your options are pretty much, you just have to eat out every single day. In the basement 2 of this building, there's a lot of facilities here that I think are pretty nice, but they're not perfect. Which brings me to the cafeteria. Cafeteria's hours are stressful. People who go to university, like, you know, dining hall hours, they're not open all the time either, but just from memory, because I don't go to the cafeteria very often. They're open at like 2 or 3 hour intervals. It's like very odd hours, not to mention that as far as the food goes, they also have a like a mini gym in the same floor as well. I think though that that's like kind of one of the things that I will miss. It's that the gym is literally in the basement too, and right after we finish you just go up the elevator and you can shower, and it's pretty great. I don't know if you could tell by my general physique. I don't work out, I don't lift weights, but I do run. I've been running for a while, and so I've been utilizing that, and it's been pretty good. But they have like a good amount of treadmills. As far as weights go, they have a very small amount of weight. This is the gym that we have. They have like just one set of like standard dumbbells. They have a bunch of machines. Well, not a bunch. They have an okay amount of machines. They have one bench press, one squat thing, and it is free, by the way. What I do like about this gym is, like, look at how many treadmills. It's so small that like if like 3 other people are in the gym, you might be feeling uncomfortable. On the bright side, not a lot of people go to the gym. This is also another thing that I think may be important. A lot of people kind of have problems with it. I don't really. It's all about the dryer. Everywhere, you'll find washers everywhere, but this is one of the only places where I found a dryer to dry clothes. Traditionally in Korea, people don't use dryers a lot. Dryers consume a lot of electricity. Electricity is quite a commodity in Korea. This place, it does have dryers. They do work. Basically, you fill up. Oh, everything is so card-based. You have to use a laundry card. You load it up, and every time you want to do laundry, you put it in, I think the card costs like $1 or something, and then each time you want to do a laundry cycle, it's $1. Each time you want to go through a dryer cycle, it's $1 as well. And oddly enough, it's on the same floor, it's in the same room, but they separate it between girls and guys. Seems to be a consistent theme that I'm seeing. About this dormitory specifically, they do check for attendance. It's not every day though, and it's not random. It's weird, I don't know why they do it. It's only on Wednesday nights and on Sunday nights at midnight, so that's a bit weird. I think one thing that is important for me to be transparent about is cost, and especially as like a college student, as a university student, that is important after all. For this dormitory, it's so much cheaper than like American, I don't know, dormitories or apartments. For a total of 3 months, it was $1,320,000 won, which translates to roughly around like $1,200, and that's for 3 months exactly. And that totals out to be about, I think, $450. I forgot to mention that because your room is literally just like a bed, a desk, and a bathroom, they give you this rest area. So there's a communal refrigerator, there's one communal microwave, I think, per floor, and then there's like one communal water purifier fountain thing. That's practically where everyone gets their drinking water. Other people, it might be the same in other countries, maybe in America, maybe I'm just gross. It's kind of like, I guess, etiquette for people to not eat inside their dorm rooms. I might be wrong about this, maybe it's just my roommate, but to give you the space so that you can have somewhere to eat. Maybe it's just that Korean cuisine. You know, there is an odor to it. I mean, I think it's, I don't know, I'm fine with it, but okay. And another con I would say is you will have a roommate, which I mean, like, it can be a pro and a con. It could be a hit or miss. For me, I mean, like, I like my roommate. I think he's a cool guy, but it is important to know that you will have a roommate and you may get very close, which can be good. And the thing about these rooms, a very specific thing, a thing that I wish I knew was that these rooms are so sound sensitive. Like, I swear to God, I don't know what they make the rooms out of, but it is so quiet in the room. Like, that could be a very good thing, I agree. It's to the point where if you're in the room with your roommate, any little like sound that you make, it's like you can hear it, like ASMR. Like, you can shoot ASMR in this room. It is so quiet. It's like every single noise, a shuffle. Like if you're just shuffling around. Whenever I get ready in the morning, if I just sleep in and I'm trying to get ready and he's asleep, I will 100% wake him up unintentionally because I'm just, I don't know, I have stuff to do. Realizing at this point that I should probably split this into like a 2-part series.
This looks like a heart.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like this was supposed to like represent an actual beating heart. Like the arteries.
No.
And I was like, I'm like, oh, that's a little creepy, but okay.